If you're tired of your bank ripping you off, click the link below to learn about our sponsor, Current, which is an awesome alternative to dealing with big banks. I'll tell you more about them at the end of the video. Okay, so in the last 24 hours, the health questions about Donald Trump have appeared, not just on Fox News, as we already talked about, but the health questions around Trump have also become a focus of a new ad from the Republican PAC, Republican Political Action Committee, called the Lincoln Project. Now, we've talked about the Lincoln Project a little bit before. It's a PAC run by some prominent Republicans. This includes George Conway, who, by the way, is the husband of Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway. Steve Schmidt is part of the Lincoln Project, former McCain campaign manager, Rick Wilson, and other prominent Republicans. They are a Republican PAC that realizes Trump is a danger and must be removed. Their ads have been going after Trump harder and harder. And yesterday they released an ad that goes after Donald Trump on the topic of his health. Again, raising questions about Trump's behavior over the weekend at West Point, linking Trump's behavior to the last minute visit to Walter Reed Medical Center in 2019. So let's look at the ad. Let's listen to the ad. Now, some of these elements are visual, like, for example, you'll hear voiceover and they are showing Donald Trump acting bizarrely. So I do recommend watching this online, but you'll get a sense of the story that's being told from the narration. Let's take a look.
Something's wrong with Donald Trump. He's shaky, weak, trouble speaking, trouble walking. So why aren't we talking about this? And why isn't the press covering Trump's secretive midnight run to Walter Reed Medical Center? Why do so many reporters who cover the White House pretend they can't see Trump's decline? The most powerful office in the world needs more than a weak, unfit, shaky president. Trump doesn't have the strength to lead, nor the character to admit it. We're not doctors, but we're not blind. It's time we talk about this. Trump is not well.
So this is really quite well done. Even the details, down to the details, it's very good. At one point when the voiceover says we're not doctors, what you see in the ad is Trump's old doctor, Harold Bornstein, on screen. That's the guy that Donald Trump allegedly coerced into writing that bogus letter about how healthy Donald Trump is. So we are now seeing this, I guess we would call it a sort of hashtag movement. Trump is not well is the name of it. And it's going much more mainstream than it ever has. It's happening thanks to right-wing media. It's happening thanks to a Republican Political Action Committee. And to go back to the analysis, this is not about Republicans are now going to be widely concerned about Donald Trump's health. That's not going to happen. The importance of this is that there are large swaths of the American population that don't even know that there's been a conversation about Trump's health happening for 3 years. There's large portions of the electorate that have no idea that dozens of medical experts, both from the neurology field and mental health fields, have been expressing concern about Donald Trump's health for years because they watch Fox News and they only follow Republicans on social media. They don't know about Trump's verbal glitches, his wandering off that time when he came off of Air Force One. His limo was right in front of him. He wandered off, had to be brought back by Secret Service, losing his train of thought, sweating with the dilated pupils while speaking, upper Trump versus downer Trump. They don't know about it. So even hearing about this as a thing on Fox News and through a Republican PAC is introducing it into their awareness. Now, 99% of them won't care. But remember that in 2016, the election came down to 75,000 votes in 3 states. We will mostly win if we get the turnout, but we'll take any help we can get. And if it's a Republican PAC and Fox News asking even some questions about Donald Trump's health, you might convince a few people and we will take it. Now, there are reports about this ad being controversial. For example, there's an article this morning in The Week, which is called New Lincoln Project Ad Controversially Questions Trump's Health. It's not really controversial if you've been following this for years. And there's a debate happening in this article and elsewhere asking whether Trump's health is fair game. Now, one argument is, listen, Trump mocked a disabled reporter He calls Joe Biden Sleepy Joe and says Joe Biden doesn't even know what he's saying. He is regularly implying Joe Biden is cognitively impaired. So that makes Trump's health fair game. I disagree with that assessment. The reason Trump's health is fair game is because he's the president, and we have reason to believe that he's lying about his health. His medical report lied about his height and weight combination. He allegedly coerced a doctor to write a letter saying Trump would be the healthiest president in history. It's an empirical claim that no doctor could actually make. So I understand the concern from disability rights groups worried that this is bordering on making fun of health issues. That is not what this is about. This is about understanding the critical nature of being president. And when you have a president that, number one, seems unwell, and number two, is dishonest about everything, including his height and weight, we are absolutely right to be concerned. That's really what this is fundamentally about. It's no secret on the show that I am very critical of the big banks and how they screw over customers in so many ways. And if you're like me, you're probably sick of the fees and the hassles that come with a checking account at a big traditional bank by now. In that case, check out the online bank Current. They're one of our sponsors. If you're watching on YouTube, this here is my actual debit card for my Current checking account, which I'm holding up. With Current, you've got no minimum balance, no overdraft fees up to $100, no ATM fees. You can use over 55,000 ATMs nationwide. Unlike with other banks, you receive your direct deposit instantly, meaning you'll get paid by your employer up to 2 days sooner. You can deposit checks instantly using your camera phone, 24/7 member support, and unlike with other banks, Current instantly refunds that hold on your card when you pump gas. You can pause your debit card instantly, which is really useful. There are just so many different advantages to ditching the big banks and instead use a bank that puts their members first. It takes 2 minutes to sign up. They'll immediately ship you your debit card for free. Go ahead and get started by clicking the link down below the video.